Peace, Spears and Mike's hip hop culture, the streets, sports, a little bit of everything. Peace and love. I'm L1, one of your co-hosts, and I got my brother Y Slice with us. Peace.
Peace. Good.
So today I just wanted to what's good, my brother? Yeah, I just wanted to, talk about this Tupac trial. Week one is in the wraps, it's wrapped up. And it's some interesting things going on about it. I haven't had the opportunity to watch all the videos or all the coverage, but because there've been like some 7, 8 hour sessions throughout the day. But I did see a few things that were pretty interesting. One of the most interesting things I think was what Mob James was talking about, because he kind of like opened up a can of worms when he was on the stand. You saw that? You saw what Mob James was talking about?
Yeah. Um.
He was
I've heard
basically
him say.
saying a lot of
I
stuff
heard.
happened. Right, right, because we
Yeah. Good.
listened to
Yeah.
we were listening to Mob James when he was on Gangster Chronicles, right? If
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
recall,
Yeah.
he had spoken about it on Gangster Chronicles. Peace
Street
to
TV
MC8,
also.
Streets, right? That's right, Street TV as well. Um, Basically, what he's implying is he's saying that a lot of stuff was going on after Tupac's murder, and I would say I guess he's implying that Ma Piru and the Southside Crips may have gotten into like engaged in some type of war over that killing because obviously Tupac was the bread and butter behind Ma Piru, being that Suge Knight's affiliation with them and whatnot. Um, Pretty interesting though, you know what I'm saying? Because like now I think they're gonna try to pull that out of them. Who knows what this could lead into? And there was already like I guess street allegations on Mob James recently too, right? Past few years saying that he was talking. So I
Yeah.
don't know. This don't look
Well,
good. He got
well,
to
he
move
talked
carefully
today.
with this.
He talked today.
He certainly did. He certainly did.
Um. I mean, that man is a grandfather. He doesn't even promote a lifestyle anymore.
Right,
And
right.
like honestly, uh, people might kill me for this. A lot of that stuff is imaginary. The like once you're like it's for life and no snitching, no taking a stand. Like I'm not saying what I would do if I was faced with the situation. Mm, Been in situations, ain't never say nothing, but that's another story. But like I said, that man's a grandfather. Like I followed him, so he has I think he had custody of one of his grandchildren. He was
Mhm.
raising them. You know, and, he was taking care of like one of his siblings' kids or something like that, or their grandkids, something like that. And whatever. And his brother got murdered, but behind that too, Buntry. Pac shouted him out
You forget it.
on a lot of those on that song on All Eyes on Me. I think he shouted Buntry out.
Right.
Buntry was like one of his main muscle when he was moving around. His brother was murdered behind this stuff. You can only imagine what he feels. So, you know,
Hmm.
I think the most interesting part to me was that ex FBI agent revealing check, the alleged check that was given to Von Zip was supposed to be given to Keefe D, and Von Zip got low with the money. It was like $1 million check
Right.
or whatever. And Von Zip is deceased now, but shout out to Gene Deal because Gene Deal has been saying this story for years now, and people were saying he was lying, and he's maintained the same exact story for years. So like the stuff in the trial is just like it's a regurgitation of Gene Deal. He's not
Right.
even a part of the trial. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of that's like, because he was around,
I wonder
so
if they
people
could
could
continue
downplay
to
him all
keep
they want.
calling people. I wonder if they can keep calling people to testify as this continues to unravel. You know what I'm saying? Because I, I'm wondering if Suge Knight is gonna have to take the stand at some point too. You know what I mean? If he
Oh,
would, if he,
yeah. Well, he
you know what I'm
might not even
saying?
be
This could go. This
eligible to because he's sick and all of that stuff. He going. I think he's like
he wasn't.
blind or
Is it true that he
something.
was released from prison? I don't even know if that's
No, no,
true,
no.
but
I
I
didn't
had
hear that. That
read.
would have been
Uh,
major news. That would have been all over the place.
right,
I
especially
think that would have
now.
been all
I
over
don't
the
know where I
place.
read that from, and I was wondering, like, is this real?
No, no,
You know
no,
what I
no.
mean?
I didn't hear it. Like I said, I think that ex FBI agent testimony was interesting, and the one you sent me a little while ago with the other South Side Crip talking about
Right,
hanging like working for Bad Boy, you
right,
know.
right.
But like
Yeah.
honestly, like it's what is this 30 years in the
Hmm.
making?
Yeah.
This is
To
the 30 years,
yep.
right? Yeah,
Yep.
30 years. Um, People been rapping about this for a long time throughout the years for both murders, Biggie and Pop. People been doing interviews, and we're probably gonna find out here in a couple of weeks, and
Hmm.
Diddy, I
There's
don't
gonna be
know,
some
man.
closure, probably.
You might be sitting for longer than expected,
Right.
you know,
Right. There's a
because
possibility of
of
that.
yeah,
Absolutely.
because if he cutting
Well,
checks
if
and
they
all of
implicate
that,
him,
yeah,
right.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
and there's people that
That's
have
a
been saying
strong
that.
possibility. Right. Yeah. That will be interesting too. As we know, Diddy's already in a world of trouble, and now this could seal his fate too if they could connect this to him and have some type of proof. You know what I mean? I think a lot of this is just hearsay though. Like, I mean, there's truth to what's out there, right? We're hearing this from the perpetrators or the people that have been involved with this, but it's like to me, it's like we just don't know exactly what happened. We only know what the streets say, you know what I mean? And now we're hearing this in the courtroom now, so it's kind of surreal because a lot of things that we heard, we didn't know if it was rumors or if it was true, and it's like now we're getting these pieces of information, like there was another video I think I sent you where the police officer that rode with Tupac and he was investigating the murder. Well, it was a first a shooting, and he was in the ambulance with Pac, and he was trying to get info out of Pac, and he said, Pac's last words, I think, that he said to him were, "Don't worry, we'll take care of this." I guess Pac not telling who the perpetrators were, and then implying that him and his peoples were gonna handle it in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So, um, it's crazy, I think it's crazy, man, and I think it's sad, man, because I was fond of Pac as an actor. I liked his music too. I'm not like a huge Pac fan, but I think we lost a great brother. You know what I'm saying? And there's no coming back from that. And we look at all of this that transpired during the time, and it kind of changed New York too. Like the dynamics of Tupac being killed, and then it kind of like rose the popularity of the Bloods and Crips that were just about emerging and starting to happen here in New York City. And it's like all of that kind of popularized it and fueled that to a degree, I would say. You know, what do you think this is gonna ultimately be? You think Keefe D is gonna fall on the sword and they're gonna pack him up for this? It seems like they would just want to make it a slam dunk and make him take this, you know what I mean? Like, go down for it.
Do something. I'm gonna fight. But I don't know. Like he did a bunch of interviews and running his mouth. He wrote a book. Didn't he write a book? Wrote a
Yeah,
book, right?
right. Well,
Yeah. So like,
this is what spawned this. This is
yeah,
what spawned
yeah,
this. His
doing all these
testimony in the book.
interviews and
Hmm.
talking crazy. I mean,
But
obviously
but now
he was
he's
there.
saying that the book was entertainment and it was not factual. But like you can't go back on that when you telling people, this is what
Well,
happened, and now you're
well,
going back on it.
I've had a fight because of the chain incident. He gets, they jump
With Orlando.
they jump Baby Lane, and allegedly Baby Lane was upset because it's not a gang member. He's not a gangster, as they would say. So I think
Right,
that was I mean, that's what was said. That's why
right.
it escalated like that. So it's kind of ironic that your nephew allegedly had some, like, they beat up your nephew, and then a couple minutes later, you know he gets murdered. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
Mhm.
coincidental that that happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the
Right,
coincidence of that?
right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
To
Like,
say the
what's the
least, yeah.
odds of
Hmm.
that happening? And then,
Hmm.
dude, like, I don't understand, man. But or maybe he couldn't hold that. Some people do things and hold it for years and years and years, and sometimes it eats at them. And this is the way that they're throwing at us, eating at them. You can't live with it. Look at G Dep. You know what I'm saying? G Dep could have kept,
Right.
that for the rest of his life, but it
Under
was
his hat.
haunting him. He said, it was haunting him.
Right.
He got fame, he got money, like throughout that,
Hmm.
and he was holding
Hmm.
that. And
Hmm.
then one day he just was like, yo, like, I don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? And he went and confessed, So, and
Yeah.
like, you know, um, Keefe D, like, I don't know. I really don't know. Because I know, like I said, if I didn't do something, I'm fighting. I'm fighting for my freedom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm fighting for my
Right.
life. If I know
Right.
for a fact I didn't do something. You know what I'm saying? If I did it, then you got to make a compelling argument. But it is what it is. You got to sit with that. You know,
Right.
no, I
Yeah.
don't know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. And honestly, I wasn't really paying
Yeah.
it that much attention because, like, not to say I don't care about it. There's so many unsolved murders, man. Like, not to say Pac wasn't special or Biggie wasn't special. It's just that you hear so much over the years, and then you just like, a couple of them people are dead. Von Zip's dead. Baby Lane's dead. The war happened between Mob Piru and Southside Crips. A lot of people died from that. Um, Jugs in jail. You know what I'm saying? If he don't want to speak, he could get up there and not say nothing or lie or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the end game? Keefe D
Right.
goes to jail. Nobody even knew Keefe. A lot of people didn't even know who Keefe D was until he started running his mouth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Where
So
was this? Where was Vlad kind of like opened the door to his story, right? Beyond the book, I believe. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's some people getting behind
it's
them
crazy.
cameras, get the camera in their face and just start, you know, and whatever. You don't gotta answer nothing. I don't know if he was he went from
Yeah.
that to Diddy help a brother out. Diddy had his own problems going on. He told him he begging for Diddy, pay
Hmm.
for a lawyer and all
Word.
of that stuff. But you running your mouth. If you a gangster and you wasn't ashamed to do what you did, or allegedly, or whatever, if you was the driver, shooter and the driver,
Right.
whatever you were, whatever participant role you played in it, but you gotta sit
I'm
with that if
wondering,
you a
because
gangster.
I'm what I was wondering about the night of the murder is, I just don't remember exactly. Like, so they obviously jumped. the brother at the Tyson fight, right? So what those I guess was the I'm assuming that the Southside Crip must have been already out there in some numbers or whatever, or did they
Yeah, because it was a
probably
bounty.
plot on
They it
right,
was allegedly
right,
allegedly it was supposed to be a bounty like yo get a death row chain. That
right.
was the you know
Right,
was the
right, right, right,
alleged
right. So
word
they
that
w-
was
they
put
w-
out
so
like
they
yo
was
get the
already
death row
out
chain.
there. They was already out there.
Yeah,
Because I was
yeah,
just wondering, like, if they was like driving from like Compton to what I'm saying, Las Vegas. Because I'm like, that's crazy. That's a crazy move. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like driving out of state to take that mission. But
I mean,
yeah, thanks for that clarity.
but that's where a lot of they stuff be getting a lot of stuff be getting handled anyway because it's right. It's not that far. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them
Yeah,
move
no, I
like
know it's not that far.
Mob James lives in Vegas. A lot of them you hear a lot of those ex gang
Oh, word.
members. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, yo, like I moved to Vegas. I live in
Mm,
Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
mm,
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting though.
well,
I'm maybe I'll pay attention to week two of the trial. Keep
yeah,
keep tabs on what's
yeah,
going on. You know, see who they see
yeah.
what other
I think it's
witnesses they got
interesting.
coming up. Yeah, it's sad
I
too.
haven't been disinterested in a trial in a while.
OJ.
You said it's sad? Yeah, since the OJ trial, right, right, right. That's what I'm saying. Like, maybe
Or the
the
Menendez
OJ
brothers.
trial, Amy Fisher, the Menendez
Yeah,
brothers.
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought the Amy Fisher joint was interesting back in the day too. You remember that Amy Fisher
I
situation?
do, I do,
You
yo, I do.
with
I remember
Joey
Joe
Buttafuoco?
Buttafuoco and Mary Joe Buttafuoco. Yeah, that and
Right,
Joey
Mass
Buttafuoco.
People.
That was
That's funny because
crazy,
you
yo.
just mentioned
Yeah,
Mass People
yeah,
earlier.
yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yo, that was crazy,
that's
yo.
where it happened at.
And it was crazy, yo. And yo, what's so crazy about that whole thing too was Amy Fisher almost capital wasn't they trying to offer her like a porn deal, like an adult film
Yeah, yeah,
deal and
yeah.
all
She
of
was.
that stuff? I'm like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah,
like why would you
yeah.
Joey Buttafuoco did celebrity boxing. I think he got knocked out.
Celebrity boxing. He got
Yeah, he got
washed. Yeah, yeah.
was it who
Yeah.
was it? Was it Refrigerator Perry
Who?
that knocked him out or something? It was
I think so.
somebody.
Right. Somebody.
Or
Right.
Jose
I knew
Canseco or
Refrigerator Perry.
something.
Jose Canseco. I think it was
It
Jose
was Jose
Canseco.
Canseco.
Right.
Yeah, because
But
Refrigerator Perry
I think
fought Manute
Refrigerator
Bowl.
Perry did.
He fought
Oh,
Manute
okay.
Bowl. He fought
Okay.
Manute Bowl. But yeah, Joey Buttafuoco got
Yeah.
knocked out, and poor Mary Joe
Yeah.
had she had Bell's palsy from getting shot in the face. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Word.
Because this dude
Word.
was cheating on his wife with a young joint.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She was like
Yeah.
19 or something like that, and she
Yeah. She
did
was
that.
19, and
Yeah,
then they had they had a couple movies about it, like Alyssa
yeah. I
Milano
remember
played Amy
Lifetime.
Fisher in one of them.
Yeah, and the
Or
Lifetime
there
movie.
was
I
a
remember that.
couple different versions of that. But
Crazy.
yeah, like I haven't watched no trials in a long time. I mean, I did follow um when that half Mexican, half white dude had killed Trayvon Martin. I was watching that one pretty closely. That was like
Oh
the
yeah,
last
yeah,
trial that
yeah,
I,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? One of the last trials that I really
Mm.
engaged with, but I'm gonna tune in more so on this, you know what I mean? And we'll probably give y'all updates maybe week by week if there's interesting things to talk about, some talking points. We'll probably revisit this and recap it for week two, week three. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how long this could carry on, but I think it could get pretty wild. So, stay tuned. You know what I mean? Watch it for yourself. Give your thoughts and your comments on it. You watching this video. If you think Keefy D is going down, man, drop it in the comments. Let us know what you think. Is it interesting to you? Is it not? What did Pac mean to you? Drop all them comments, man. You know, and those that are watching us on YouTube, if you ain't got the time for the YouTube, check us on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. All of this is available on audio, all streaming audio platforms, man. And again, Spears and Mics, I'm L1, and I got my brother Y Slice in the building with me. Peace and love. Salute.
Peace.